All right. Oyez, oyez, oyez. All persons having ought to do before the Honorable, the United States District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania, draw nigh and you shall be heard. God save the United States and this honorable court. The Honorable Susan Paradise Baxter, United States District Judge, presiding.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Good morning. I'm sorry we have you here in masks and you have to look at me in a mask. But we are happy to be here today for the pleasant and solemn purpose of administering the oath of United States citizenship to all of the applicants here who have met the requirements established by law to become United States citizens. We will begin the ceremony by asking for the Assistant United States Attorney, Paul Sellers, to make a motion. Mr. Sellers.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
It is my pleasure to introduce 16 candidates for the United States citizenship. They come from 10 countries in the world, including Bhutan, Congo, India, Ireland, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Nepal, Nicaragua, Russia, and Thailand. Each person has voluntarily come forward to state his or her own personal declaration of independence from all former allegiances and loyalties, just as our forefathers did over 241 years ago. Each candidate is of good moral character, attached to the ideals and principles of the United States, and eligible in all respects for citizenship upon taking the prescribed oath of allegiance to the United States and its Constitution. On behalf of the United States Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania, I officially move that the oath of citizenship be administered.
Your motion is granted, Mr. Sellers. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, you can't tell when I'm smiling behind the mask, but I am smiling. Now, I'm going to give you the oath. It's in two parts. I'm going to ask you to stand and raise your right hand. The first part is the oath of renunciation. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen. Please say, I do.
I do.
And now the oath of allegiance, which you will repeat after me line by line, please. I will support and defend
I will support and obey
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear
and allegiance to the same
an allegiance to the same,
that I will bear arms
that I will bear arms
on behalf of the United States
on behalf of the United States
when required by law,
when required by law,
that I will perform
that I will perform
non-combatant service
non-combatant service
in the armed forces
in the armed forces
of the United States
of the United States
when required by law,
when required by law,
that I will perform
that I will perform
work of national importance
work of national importance
under civilian direction
under civilian direction
when required by law.
when required by law.
I take this obligation freely,
I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And now I would ask all persons to rise, everybody in the courtroom, and all of us now as citizens will pledge allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Now he's happy, huh? We typically have a large array of folks with us to bring remarks and greetings to you on this very happy day. Today you are going to have two of us who give you remarks because of our unusual circumstance. But we are always happy to have the mayor of the city of Erie, Mayor Joe Schember, because he has special congratulations for you. Your Honor.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to the United States.
Thank you.
Welcome to Erie. It's great to have you here. It's really my honor to be welcoming you here today. To tell you the truth, this is my favorite event whenever we do it. I usually say my favorite event every month, but I think it's been maybe 3 months since we've had one because of COVID-19, which has impacted all of us in a way I've never experienced before in my life. It's a brand new learning experience. One of the things I want to tell you is that the United States is a country of immigrants and refugees who came here. Everyone in this room is either an immigrant refugee currently or the descendant of immigrants and refugees to the United States. So please, don't be concerned if you look or sound a little different. In Erie, we value diversity. We really think diversity is our greatest strength as a city, state, and country. The more diversity we have, the more ideas we have, and I believe the better future we have as a city. We want every individual in Erie to feel valued and accepted for the unique talents and gifts that each one of you have. You're bringing those to our city, and we really appreciate that. I really believe diversity is Erie's greatest strength. Even compared to other U.S. cities, Erie is very diverse. My grandparents on my father's side came over from Sicily. In fact, my oldest uncle was born in Sicily before my grandparents came over here. On my mother's side, my great-grandparents came over from Ireland. So some Irish and some Sicilians got together, and now I'm here. I'd like to introduce a couple of members of my staff who are here with me today. First is Frank Stramilla, who's kind of running the camera, and this will be out on social media, right? So you'll be able to see all this later. I know there's a lot happening right now. It's probably hard to really absorb everything. And another very important person for you to know here in Erie is Meekin Astori Carpenter. And many of you may have met her before, but Meekin is a member of my staff. Her full-time job is to help new Americans, immigrants and refugees, with anything you need help with. And we know, unfortunately, there is still some prejudice that exists in Erie. Some of you may have experienced some of it. But I always say if I accomplish nothing else as mayor, I want to eliminate that racism and prejudice. Two other important things I want to talk about before I tell you about the pens. First, it's very important that you register to vote. Now that you're a citizen, you have a right to vote. The next election is this coming November, and one of the things we'll be electing is a new president. So it's an important, very important election. Ask all of you to be sure you register and be sure you vote. That's one of the most important things you can do as a U.S. citizen. Second thing is complete the census. There's a census done every 10 years in the United States. It's part of the Constitution. It counts the number of people in each city, state, and of course in the whole country. It's very important because there are hundreds of billions, and that's billions with a B, hundreds of billions of dollars in federal funding that's determined where it goes with the census results. That's one very important thing. We estimate that in the last 10 years, we've probably lost over $1 billion in federal funding from our city because of the number of people that didn't report 10 years ago. So it's very important. Your information is kept strictly confidential for 72 years at least. So nobody's going to know your name or anything about your family. There's only 9 questions you have to complete. It took my wife and I online less than 10 minutes to complete the census. So I want to encourage all of you to please also complete the census. I'm going to be making pens available to all of you today. You guys can grab one too if you like. But this is what they look like. And there's 4 different colors. And every other time you click this thing on the top, see how it lights up? And what it says on here, first of all, there's a picture of a sunrise. Because this is the beginning of a new life for all of you. And then it says, welcome to America. Welcome to Erie. Create a great future for yourself and your family. And it's got my name down at the bottom. So as I mentioned, there's 4 different colors. I've kind of set them out here. You can come up and grab one when we're all done. There's a red one, if you like red. Blue one. And let's see what the last color is. I know it's in here somewhere. It's green. Green happens to be my favorite color. Everybody seems to have a good favorite color. One last thing I just want to say to you is if we treat each other with respect going forward, if I can get everyone in here to treat everyone else with respect, I believe there's no limit on what we can accomplish as a country. Thank you very much for becoming an American citizen. My honor to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, on this very happy occasion for which you have waited so long and worked so hard, I welcome you on behalf of the United States District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania. And I also extend the thanks of the court to you and to those persons and organizations who have contributed to this ceremony. These ceremonies always represent a high point for me as a federal judge. And today is no different, even though our circumstances are quite different. I'm sorry that you do not have the full array of judges here with me to welcome you as new citizens, or the representatives of civic organizations who are usually here to bring their congratulations and gifts to mark this important day. Nonetheless, we are a citizenry who forges ahead, who endures, and finds a way to continue to celebrate our nation and all it represents, even in difficult circumstances. This is a priceless heritage growing out of struggles of people like you and me, who have come here from all over the world for more than 200 years. People who have engaged in exploring, settling, building, and recovering as they have looked toward the attainment of their highest goals. Now you are entitled to share in this heritage. I obtained this heritage by the happenstance of my birth, but for you it has been a matter of choice, and this choice has not been a simple matter. It has often required hardships far beyond ordinary patience, perseverance, and diligence. It has required a period of waiting, study, and examination, often entailing struggles in addition to those required to earn a living for yourselves and your families. I'm sure that you will always place a special value on your citizenship by reason of these sacrifices. Those of us fortunate enough to have been born here prize our citizenship as well, especially when we recall the struggles of our ancestors to free this country as an independent nation, or in my case, and apparently in the mayor's, in their travels from poverty to new hope in a new world many years later. And now we face new struggles of heretofore unimaginable consequences for our citizens and the citizens of our neighbors around the world. But I, for one, have no doubt we shall overcome. We ask you to join us then in constant vigilance, so that this government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall be a continuing gift for all future generations. Congratulations to each of you, and stay healthy and well. And now we are going to present you with your certificates. I turn the event over to my friends from the agency to begin that process. And don't forget your pens.
Okay, so everybody should still be in order. If you want to come on up how you checked in, starting over here. You can get your certificate. Ravina Kanal. Harry Tamang. Sherporn Ann Keller. Nurjwa Biswa. Congratulations. Amani Rithal. Congratulations. Musa Matera Jr. Congratulations. Kinjal Beswar. Congratulations. Dambari Major. Congratulations. Nima Cook. Mariah Androsky. Congratulations. Favola Cabrera. Congratulations. Sudar Kuandra. Omana Kadaka. Is yours? Congratulations. Pablo Vargas. Congratulations. Sakandra Singh Sando. I'm not gonna be able to change the name, spelling, okay. Let's just do like that, okay? All right, congratulations, everybody.
That concludes our ceremony today, but we are going to take a photograph. The photographer from the Erie Times News is here. We'll figure out how that all works. But as for this ceremony, I just want to finally say I hope all of your days as citizens of this country are happy ones. I hope to see your smiles out from under a mask someday soon. Everyone stay healthy and well. These proceedings are adjourned.